Hello dear students, in the previous videos we studied that after the super cyclone being over, Prashant returned his native village and got united with his other family members. And all the people who suffered from that super cyclone were kept in the shelter house of the Red Cross, and those people have nothing to eat except green coconuts. So it was quite difficult situation for all those people living in that shelter house. So in today's class we will study what happens next. So let's start. Prashant Alaf at 19 years decided to step in as leader of his village. So dear students, in that crunch time, Prashant emerged as the leader of his village. First of all, he organized a group of youths and elderly people also, and instructed them to collect some food to eat. That group went out and met some merchants and persuaded them to give them some food or some grains to eat, and they were succeeded in persuading the merchants and returned with some grains. So it was fourth day when they had something to eat. Nobody cared that the grains rice were rotten, but they were very happy that they had something to eat after 3 or 4 days. So on the fourth day, some branches, dried dried woods were collected to lit up the fire and cook food. And then after cooking food, they had some rice and something others to eat on the fourth day. But it was not sufficient food for all the people living in that camp. And along with this problem, there were other difficulties also, other problems also. And the next task was to clean that area, because that shelter area was filled with filth, mud, urine, fecal, vomit, and some other filths also, which were gathered around the camp. So it was a very dangerous situation, as these things can cause some diseases also. And along with these filths, urine, vomiting, fecals, carcasses of animals were also floating on the surface of water. So he organized a team and cleaned that whole area so that they may live safely in that shelter camp and may not suffer from any disease. On the fifth day, a military helicopter flew over the shelter and dropped some food parcels. On the fifth day, there was a silver lining in that dangerous situation. A military helicopter passed over that camp and it also dropped some food packets there. It then did not return. The youth task force gathered empty. So once the helicopter passed over the camp, it did not return there again. So the youth team returned empty-handed. So Prashant made some other plan to gather food, to collect food. He made some children lie on the sand which was left around the water and near the shelter house. He made some children lie on the sand and put utensils like plate, mug or glass on their stomach. So in this way, Prashant tried to convey his message that there were a number of people living in that center house and those people were very hungry. And the message was received by the people in the helicopter and they dropped some more food packets. And after it, the food distributing helicopters visited that area regularly. So in this way, Prashant solved the food problem and arranged food for everyone in that camp. Prashant found that a large number of children had been orphaned. He brought them together and put a polythene sheet shelter for them. Women were mobilized to look after them, while the men secured food and materials for the shelter. The next task Prashant done that he noticed that a number of children were orphaned as their mother and fathers were killed in that super cyclone. So he made a polythene camp for those children and requested women to mobilize the camp and look after those orphan children time to time. And in this way, he managed the current situation and looked after the orphan children. And he also instructed the people, especially men, to collect food and other materials for the shelter house. As the weeks passed, Prashant was quick to recognize the women and children were sinking deeper and deeper in their grief. As the time was passing slowly and slowly, and the women and children were sinking in their grief, he persuaded the women to start working in the food for work program started by an NGO, and for the children he organized a sports event. So for the entertainment of those people, those children who were sinking in grief, and for the women who were also sinking in grief, he persuaded the women to start working and collecting food, gathering food with the help of food for work program. Food for work program started by an NGO. So women were engaged in that NGO which was food for work, and they also arranged food for shelter house, and he organized some sporting events for the children, for the very young boys and girls, so that they may enjoy and they may come out of their grief. He himself loved to play cricket, and so he organized cricket matches for children. Prashant was also a lover of cricket. He used to play cricket, so he organized some matches of cricket for children. Prashant engaged with other volunteers in helping the widows and children to pick up the broken pieces of their lives. And Prashant was also engaged with other volunteers who were also helping the widows and children who lost their everything to collect the broken pieces of their lives and start a new life. The initial government plan was to set up institutions for orphans and widows. However, this step was successfully registered as it was felt that in such institutions children would grow up without love and widow would suffer from stigma and loneliness. So there was a plan of government. That plan was to set up some institutions for widows and orphan children. But this institution and the plan for this institution was successfully registered and successfully opposed. The, the oppositors gave their views that in such institutions, children will get no love, no affection, and widows will feel lonely. So there was no use of setting such institutions for widows and orphan children. Prashant's group believed orphans should be resettled in their own community itself, possibly in new foster families made up of childless widows and children without adult care. So Prashant believed that orphans should be resettled in their own community, if possible, in new foster family made up childless, means children who were very young must be adopted by some families who had no child, or some widower must tie their knot with widow women. So it was a better plan by Prashant. It is 6 months after the devastation of the super cyclone. This time Prashant's boundary split has healed simply because he had no time to bother about his own pain. After 6 months, Prashant was quite happy as his wounds were simply cured, healed, because in these 6 months he was quite engaged in the helping work of other people. He was quite dedicated towards the other people, and in that great task he got no time to think about his own pain. That's why after 6 months Prashant was quite happy and his bonds were healed with the passage of time. His handsome youthful face is what the widows and orphan children of his village seek out most in their darkest hour of grief. And the handsome youthful face of Prashant is the face which was shook by the widows, orphan children in that darkest hour of grief. Because Prashant emerged as the leader and helped the people in the shelter house with his effective decisions and leading quality. So dear students, here ends this chapter, and in this chapter we studied about the life story of Prashant, how he survived, how he helped his villagers, and how he managed all the things in that crunch situation. So everybody must be as brave as Prashant as emerging reader as Prashant. So dear students, in next class we will study the next chapter. Till then, keep learning and take care of yourself. And if you have any doubt, you can ask through the comment box. Thank you.